Recording. Good. Inhale. And just start waking up that body to see how you feel. Exhale. And inhale. Diaphragmatically breathing, expanding the belly, expanding the rib cage three-dimensionally. Let your fingers interlace at the top of this and go over to the side. A little bit of dynamic lateral flexion. Inhale, lift your spine. And exhale. Inhale, lift your spine. And exhale, laterally flex like you're in a toaster slide. One more time on each side. See if one side feels different. Inhale. And exhale. This is also really good for the shoulders. Good. And then come back down. And then let the hands come to the thighs. We're going to drop a shoulder, adding rotation. Inhale. Just a dynamic stretch. Waking up the spine. It likes to be stretched in flexion. Extension. This is rotation. And hold. One more time on each. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll add a little extension and flexion. So round your back and two. This is also a great chance to see how you're feeling. If any part of your body needs extra attention today, let those shoulder blades glide up and then let them come down. Two more. In. And exhale. Now this time roll all the way up. Articulate each part of your spine. Good. And then let's make this a squat pose. So we're going to lower your heel, lower the booty, and lower the arms. Exhale. This is a second position squat, so it's a little bit more vertical in the spine. The heels are still very heavy. The toes are still very light. And the knee tracks with the second toe. So if you're not sure, look down, see if that is working right. And 5. And exhale, 4. And exhale, 3. And exhale, 2. Now stay low. We are going to take a little bit of an opening and a close. The heels are heavy, the toes are light. The knees are in line with the second toe. Rear deltoids, a little bit of the rhomboids between the scapula, contracting, waking up the back body. That's so important to keep our posture. And these muscles don't get worked during the day a lot, so we're waking them up. A little bit of a chest stretch. 4, 3, working the legs, of course. 2, and 1. Hold. Now, if you'd like to add on, lift up both heels and lower. Lift up both heels. I have to scoot it a little bit. Lift up both heels and lower. Squeeze the arms a little bit back, but without creating tension. Your heels go up like you have a pair of high heels on, and then they lower with control. The lowering with control is sometimes harder or wigglier, so you're going to try to get stronger in that eccentric contraction. 3, 2, good. Now, if you can, leave your heels up and go up and down. Now, if you need to adjust, do. Up, your heels are up. All the toes have weight. Anytime you're in this plantar flexion or lifted heel position, trying not to put all the weight on the pinky side. Your all toes have weight, but you might even put a little bit more pressure on the first, second toe. That's okay. All right, heels are high if you can. Now, the modification is heels low. If your knees are an issue, flexing to 90, just flex to the point where there's no pain. And exhale, 3. And exhale, 2. And exhale, hold. Now a little bit of a circle with the arms. Heels are up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, hands together. Land like a cat as you come together. Beautiful. Both heels up and lower. We're just going to take 10 heel raises. Imagine that there's a tennis ball between your heels, and that'll help keep the ankle tracking well. There's an easy tendency to accidentally deviate to the pinky side of the foot when we're in plantar flexion, and we don't want to do that. I'm going to keep it's not a weight, the pinky toe is not a weight bearing, our metatarsal is not a weight bearing bone. Let's go up. It wasn't meant to have all our body weight. So second toe has a little bit more, and let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, 2, and 1. Nice. We're going to add on. We're going to step out and sit and bring it back together. And sit. Now we'll take 8 more of these. You can open up those arms, 8 and 7 and 6. Good, gorgeous. Both legs have weight. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. And then come back in. Now we're doing dynamic balance. Lift and spread your toes. Take those arms out. We're going to take 5 circles without touching the foot to the floor. Make it pretty big so that it's a larger challenge than usual. 2, try not to touch the foot. That's your challenge. Of course, your modification is to touch the foot between circles or to grab a foam roller and balance. Now go the other way. 5, if you would like to add on sort of arms. 5, 4, inhale, 3, good, see how you're pointing, 2, and exhale, 1. That was dynamic balance, great job. Shift your weight to the other leg. Take a 5 circle series without touching the floor. Add on the arms if you want. Dynamic balance, the right glute medius is balancing us. Oh, keep going, 3, good, 4, that's it, up. Now on the 5th one, reverse it, arms and leg. 5, experiment with your, how big the circle is. 3, good, inhale, long arms, 2, and 1, perfect. Now static balance, arms open. Shift your weight to the left leg. We're working in a different plane. It's really important to work in different planes that are not just the sagittal plane where we tend to walk. Hold, 10, you're steady. Now toes are forward, 8, that way that booty works, this booty works, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Exhale, lower down, other side. This body, this glute med has the weight. Open up. All right, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Very good. And exhale. That's terrific. We'll do one set of first positions. Now we'll take the arms out. We're going to cross the leg once and then out to the side. We're going to do 8 of these. If you'd like a challenge, your toe won't touch between, you'll keep it off the floor. And you can go higher into a real Baltimore, which is a big kick if you want. 5, 6, if it's too hard. 7, to integrate the arms, just leave them there. 8, 8. Now that foot comes down, first position, cross the midline, and then go up. And sometimes that dominant mover leg is a little more challenged in balance. So the unilateral work we're doing will help even that out. 4, 4, you're upright. 5, higher if you want that challenge. 5, and the worst that can happen is you have to put down a foot. 6, 6, 7, 7, keep going. 8, 8, beautiful. And then one challenge to the rear. Interlace the fingers, lift up the right hip till the pelvis is level. Now, if your arms get shifted over, you know you're lifting your hip. So try to keep your pelvis level, both hip bones square to the floor. Hold. If you would like to add a bonus, add a pulse with your leg. 10, 9, 8, keep going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your foot. Let's take the arms up and around and do the other hand position. If the pinky on the right was on the outside, now the left one is. Lift up that leg, hips are level. Lift up your arms. Now hold your balance. If you'd like, add a little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower that down. Good job. And then let's take one balance for the quad stretch. Lift up your right arm. Good. Grab a drink anytime you need it. Right hand to right foot. Left arm out and hold. Good. 7, 6, 5. Good, you're really tall here. 4, 3. Now you can add your foot pushing into that hand. It's more about that leg going back than it is about your body going forward. Square the hips if you can. 10. Nice. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale. 1. Lower that foot. Inhale. Exhale. Hand to foot or ankle. Arm out. Okay, you're very tall. You're going up, ribs back. Good. Great, Cheryl. Let's add that on. All right. 4. That looks great. 5, 6. Good, Jane. 7, 8, 9. Take an inhale. And exhale to lower down. That was beautiful. Let's take this down to the floor. I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. If you need to adjust your screen, you can. All right, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Anytime you need to, grab water. In a downward dog, your fingertips are wide, like pieces of pie are between the fingers. Great. Now, naturally, you're probably going to want to lift up the heels and lower the heels and walk the dog. Now, you can also bend one knee and bend the other. Bend one knee and bend the other. And inhale. And exhale. Now hold when you're ready. 5, sit bones lift. 4, arms push so your hips go back. 3, 2, that would feel so good. And then bring it down. We'll take a child pose. Your belly can hit your thighs. Expand your belly onto your thighs. Diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale. Helps calm the body, calm the nervous system. And come out to the first forearm plank. Now, if you prefer hand planks, you can take those. You're on your toes. All the toes have equal weight, kind of like when we did the standing heel raises, but you are fine to modify on the flush above your knees if you need to shorten that lever. 10 more. Good. And even without moving, pull your elbows towards your feet and your feet towards your elbows. That'll turn on the abs even more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now rest your pelvis, you're in a sphinx. Let your hands push you up and hold. 8, 7, that looks great. Upper body. 6, 5, good. 4, 3, belly is pulling up. 2, and 1. We're gonna take our first side plank today. Let your elbow be underneath your shoulder. You're in a toaster squat again. You can be modified on the hip or knee or stack your feet and be harder. Another way to make it a little bit easier is to put one foot out or foot down like a tripod. 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale. Lower with care. Your shoulder is still integrated. And let's go to the other side. Your elbow. So what we're doing is we establish stability before we add mobility. So in this plane, let your elbow be underneath the shoulder. Hold it. And 10. If you need to modify, go to your hip or your knee or put the feet staggered. 5, 4. That looks great. 3. Ear in line with the shoulder. 2. And then 1. Lower your hip. This one is reverse plank. And I really like to do these with something under my heel because it makes the knees less likely to hyperextend. Otherwise, you can modify by bending the knees. Fingertips towards your booty for most of us. Lift up. And your feet might try to do this Charlie Chaplin thing, external rotation. So keep them reaching for the floor. Lift up your hips. 5, if you need to modify, just sit down and put your arms behind you in a stretch. 4, beautiful. 3, 2, inhale. and exhale. Wonderful job. Now we're gonna take the feet nearby, the roller nearby the end of the mat. And for now, I'm gonna just put my feet on the other side of the roller. Make sure you have enough room behind your mat. Try a 30-second roll down. If that's not working out, just use your hands on your thighs or just roll down when you need to. But otherwise, try it. 3, you're flexing. It's as if a big ice cream scoop went down your belly. And every time you exhale, you're gonna see your belly pulls in. 7, 8, 9, good. 10, 11, squeeze the knees. 12, 13, 14, beautiful. 15, 16, 17. Oh, I had a harder part. 18. Keep reaching if you need to. Grab your hands on your thighs. 19, 20, 21. I'd rather your arms help than your back. 22. So look down your body. Now, if you know you have neck pain, make sure you've got a peach between your chin and your chest. That's an analogy. You don't really want a peach, but some kind of more flexion. All right, when you get down, you can take a full body stretch. Inhale and shift through your pelvis. Do this move without bending your knees. This is about QL release, the muscle from the lowest rib to the highest pelvis. Inhale, and on your exhale, let your feet be on the roller. Let your hands be on the floor. If you don't have a roller, don't worry. Just put your feet on the floor for bridge. Take an inhale. Curl up. Inhale at the top. Your pelvis is level. If it isn't, just make adjustments the best you can. Curl down. Inhale and exhale. Now, ideally, you're going to listen to my audio cues and not be turning your head too much while you're doing this to look for visual cues. If you need to, watch me do some, but then just trust your audio ability to take in cues. Both hips are level. You're coming down now, no matter where you are, and keep going. You're going up. You're making sure each part of your back gets attention, unless you have a herniated disc. And if you know you have a herniated disc, then come up in one unit, like you're opening the page of a book or the cover of a book. We're still rolling down and up like you're putting down a beautiful string of pearls. Now the other cue, keep going, is that when you go up, your knees are going to try to open up. You're going to keep them over the heel at this point, toes pretty much straight ahead, paws at the top. Your hips are level. Now, if you'd like to add on with the roller, you can move out and in, move the roller 2 or 4 inches away from you for the hamstrings. If you don't have a roller, just stay put, you're fine. 4, 3, 2, inhale and exhale, lower down. Now, even really go slow to that low back. That's where most people have some tension. Open up into happy baby. If you have any kind of tightness in the feet, this is a great chance to stretch the toes as well as the hamstrings and the low back. One of my favorite stretches here is that you open up the big toe away from the other ones, and the pinky toe away from the other ones. That's where people get bunionettes and bunions. So stretch out those feet to keep them flexible. Once they get really rigid and locked, it's harder to correct. So inhale, and as you're ready, exhale, come back down. Feet on the roller or on the floor. Curl up, curl up, curl up till you're on your shoulder blades. You always have a space underneath the neck. You could slide a pencil under. And if you'd like to add on, lift up your right leg like a pencil to the sky. Drop your hips while leaving the right leg up. Now once your hips are up, drop your leg down to the roller, back up, drop your hips, lift your hips, lower your leg, lift it up, drop your hips, lift, lower, drop your hips, lift, lower. Just do the best you can. Inhale, exhale. Good. We have 5 more sets, or the best you can. If you need to rest, you can rest and then come back when you can to finish out the set. Inhale, exhale. 3, hips are level. If you're not sure, put your hand on your hips. That'll give you some tactile feedback on what's going on down there. Now 1 more, glute med is working. Up, leg lower, right foot down. Now inhale, exhale, lower down. Different stretch. Hands to the feet. Open up that big toe if that's what you're working on. Open up your knees, bound angle. So now your feet are together. Your knees are wide and your elbows, yes, that's it. There you go. You might push your elbows on your thighs. Pull your feet in close. 5, it's called a pectineus inner thigh stretch. 4, that's what people get injured sometimes when they say they pulled their groin. That's one of the muscles they're usually referring to. It's a short anterior inner thigh muscle. We're stretching it now in the back. All right, we have to do the other side. It's going to be great. Both feet are on the, we get to do the other side. No, we have to. We get to. So curl up. Lift up your left leg and act like it's a pencil. It's going to stay a pencil as you drop the hips, and then as you lower your left leg, your pencil, and point it to the sky. Drop your hips, lift your hips, lower that left leg, bring it up. Inhale, drop, exhale, lift, lower the leg, bring it back up. Drop the hips, lift, lower. Now that right leg's going to try to deviate. You're going to try to keep it over the heel. Breathe when you need to. You can inhale, exhale, exhale. Drop. This is 7th set. And up, drop, lift, lower. 8 set. Good. Drop, lift, lower. Good. Keep the knee long if you can, Jan. Yep. Up, lower. Good. One more. 10. Up, lower. And that'll do. All right. Lift up both feet or both hips. Now curl down a vertebra at a time. Good job. Now we're going to take a little happy baby. Fingers on the big toes if you can. Wide, knees wider than your rib cage. Shoulders are soft. And if you want to lengthen the knees a bit, you can. Sit bones reach down, feet reach up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let's stretch out like a big V. You can change where your hands are if they don't reach the feet. That's just fine. Relax. Good. That's it. 10. Nice. 8, 7. Beautiful. 6. Inner thighs. Now when we keep the knees long on an inner thigh stretch, we're stretching the inner thighs that also cross the knees. Some more gracilis and magnus. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, check yourself right here. We're going to put our feet into a tabletop. If when you lie down, your neck looks like this and your head sort of uncomfortably bent, you want to grab a pillow underneath your head so that you don't have to pick your head off of the floor like that. These are also contraindicated for people with osteoporosis in general, so if you need to do a plank instead, you can. We're going to take a rotation, right shoulder to left knee, left shoulder to right knee. So keep going and we'll talk about the cues. As you look at your belly pulls in. Exhale, that's the transverse abdominals. That's going to help you protect and engage the multifidus, which is the other side of the back, the little muscles that support your back. Now let's flex our face and pull the toes back. The other way you help protect your neck is to keep the gaze between the thighs. So you have to lift up your torso with your abdominals high enough that your neck's not hanging back here. You want to have a peach or an apple between your chin and chest. I have a long neck, so I probably have a peach or an apple. If you have a shorter neck, you need a little apricot. That's fine. All right, 2, 1. Now rest. Let's get rid of the roller. Same thing, you want your ear in line with the shoulder from the side. So if you have a really rounded back or you're a forward head position right now, when you stand, you're gonna want a pillow. So I'm just demonstrating that in case you need that support. I have a pretty flat back, so I don't usually need one, but I just wanna make sure that no one's got this crick in their neck or that their shoulders aren't poking forward. It's always better to have a prop and be in a better alignment. 5. Now I'm going to take a look. Our ribs are down. 6, this is leg circles. 7, the other leg pours down. 8. The bigger the circle, the more your abs have to work to keep you stabilized. Now on the 10th one at vertical, we're going to go the other way. The goal is to keep the shoulder blades glued on the mat. There is a variation on this one where when you cross the midline, you can take one hip off the floor and keep your shoulder blades glued. 8, 9. Now after the 10th one, let's hug that leg in, move the ankle, get some freedom in there, spread the toes. Good. Point flex, get some movement in that foot. Let's switch the feet. The other leg's down, the other leg's up. Draw a circle on the ceiling with that pencil. Ribs down, shoulder blades flat. If you need a pillow, it's okay. I'll demo with mine just to show it's okay. 4, 5, and it helps if you also, the pillow helps if you have trouble keeping your ribs down. That slanted upper back can help you, even 2 pillows sometimes, can help you use your abs to keep the ribs down. Now 10 the other way. 1, 2, good. You feel how your ribs are being pulled down with your abs. 3, this leg is pouring long. 4, so you're getting a passive hip extension. 6, you can do that advanced variation where your hip comes off the floor. 7, but your shoulders are down. 8, 9, 10, and pull that leg in and take a diaphragmatic breath. Spread out your toes and good. Move them, move the ankle, and let's take both legs together. We'll do a 10 corkscrew series, hands on your thighs. Now you can keep the legs glued. Now I'm going to be adding on a more advanced, which is either a hip lift and then circle the other way. And you can do this with a rollover variation, knees over the nose. But if you are, make sure you're not looking at the screen for visual. You want to keep your neck straight. Now when you hip lift, your knees aren't doing the work. They're at the same angle. It's your abs. Okay. Full disclosure, I lost count, but we have about 4 more. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3, legs are glued. 2, that looks really good. Yep, and rest anytime you need to. That's great, Jean. Yep, that's great. Hands on your legs. Nice. And we're going to take a sideline position so that we can take a second set of our planks. Now, if you like to make sure those bones are happy, I do, you can fold your mat again. And let's take a side plank. We are going to add something here. So lift up. If you'd like to add something here, take your foot to your calf or your inner thigh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale. Lower down. Let's take it to the other side. Make sure to grab water anytime you need it. We're going to take a tree pose in that plank. You're vertical in that arm. 10, 9, you're opening up your hip. 8, 7, that looks great. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hip, and I'm going to bring this back to our front plank. So keeping this doubled up if you want that protection. We're going to lift up into dolphin plank. When you're ready, go to plank, and it looks like this. Up and back in your hips, and then plank. Inhale, lift. Good. That looks great. Exhale. Now, if that's too much, just stay still. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then go to your pelvis. When you're there, if you'd like to add on, place your hands on the floor, push up. 5, that looks great. Lowering the shoulder blades just a little bit, Jan. 4, yeah. 3, good. 2, and 1. All right, we're going to stay here for a little bit and take the hands beside your hips. Now the palms are facing the sky, the shoulders are open, so if for some reason you can't get the hands that way, then you can flip them, but really I want the shoulders open. That's the most thing I care about. So I'm starting off with external rotation and humerus, which means palm towards the floor. Lift up your back. Now can you lift the thighs? If not, if that puts too much strain on your back, try re-engaging the abs, pull the belly button up. Otherwise, leave the toes down and just breathe. This is also a Shalavasana 5 in yoga pose. So you'll see a lot of these poses in both disciplines. 3, good, Jean. 2, and then lower down, good. Now you can take a swimming variation. Arms are gonna be like a Y for most of us, but if that gets you in your upper traps too much and you over recruit there in your neck, keep them low. Lift up your back. Now, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Now scan your neck. Is it getting over recruited or crunchy in the levator or the upper traps? All these muscles up here, the collar muscles. You really want the shoulder blade to be grounded with the serratus way down here and lower lats and lower traps. Now you can lift up all the arms and legs and keep swimming. 10, breathing. 9, you can do inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 8, 7, you can do that percussive breath. 6, 5, chin tucks a little. So 4, there's no wrinkles in the neck. 3, lift up the upper back. 2, recover for a minute, bend the knees and rock out any tension that might have accumulated. Relax the neck and shoulders. They're like pancake batter on a griddle. 4, 3, 2, and this one is called the rocking pose or bow pose. Either discipline has a name. So hands to the feet or ankle. And if you can only grab one, don't worry, we're gonna do both. Both sides, we're gonna do it twice. So lift up. Now check your neck, there's no tension. So you're probably looking down towards the mat. Push like crazy into your feet into your hands. Belly in, 5, 4. Now with a true rocking in Pilates, there is a little back and forth when you push your feet, but you don't change the knee angle. 2, you make sure that doesn't come from the head. Lower down, take a breather. We're gonna rock it out a little. Knees right, left. We're gonna do it one more time. So either grab your other foot that didn't reach or do both feet again. You're doing great. Hands back, shoulders open, push into your hand or hands. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and recover. Let's take a child's pose, this time with the knees wide. So open up your knees and then put your belly right in the middle. Your arms are gonna stretch out, or if you need them for your head, put them underneath your forehead. Now let your belly expand. This is gonna be a great way to encourage a diaphragmatic breath. Your belly expands, the thighs almost hug the belly. On the sides, 2, rib cage expands, 1, and exhale. We're going to that third set of planks. I like to do 3s of things. So come to an elbow. We're going to do both sides, so it's not too, doesn't matter which one. Now this is going to be a little harder than the last one. We're progressing up. When you come up to your elbow, you're going to bend the top elbow towards the knee that's bending, and then you straighten out. 6 of these. Exhale, 5, crunch your abs a little bit. 4, push your bottom leg into the floor. Exhale, 3, really press. 2, otherwise just hold still. And 1. Now lower with care, your shoulder is still integrated, and then go to the other side. So you never let go of the shoulder. That's how people get injuries on transition. So we want to make sure we're integrated on the move and on a transition. So in life too, not just here. Pilates on from it. Lift up, now pause, lift up, arm overhead. Now this is vertical. Your exhale, hold your knee into your elbow, and then you push back out. Good. 2, now add your ab crunch. 3, good. Exhale, 4, push your bottom hip off a little higher off the floor. Good. Exhale, and we did it. Perfect. Now we're gonna head down to forearm plank. I'm just changing where I am so you can see me better, but you're gonna put those elbows down. Possibility is going to be rocking back through the feet. It looks like this. It's like a control, arms front. You drop back and forth. Now, that's just heels. If you'd like to add on, lift up one leg, Lift it up, pulse, sniff, sniff. Exhale, put your foot back down. Lift up the other leg, drop to the heel, pulse, pulse. And again, pulse, pulse. If that's too hard on your metatarsals of your feet, a great way to modify it is to put your ankles on the foam roller. It's a really useful tool to have in your toolbox. 4, head pulls back, ear in line with the shoulder. 2, no wrinkles in the neck. 1, rest your pelvis. Really good job. We're going to do dynamic swan. It's going to be wonderful. It's for the posture. Water anytime you need it. Hover the hands above the floor and keep your toes down. Now lift up without your hands. That's your extensors. This is the area that's so important to keep strong, because without intervention, people start looking like they're forward rounding and slouched over. Then you can't breathe as well and your energy goes low and then you feel worse, so you slouch more. It's a bad cycle to get into. Now when you're ready, the hands can come on the floor. I like a little bit more forward of the shoulders, and why? Why? To make sure I'm not in my upper trapezius. So press up, you can always adjust. Elbows wrap down towards the floor because my humerus is an external rotation. Ideally, inhale, exhale, pull on the floor a little bit to lengthen my spine, lower the cheek, lift up the thighs. They're even. If I'm not sure, touch them together while they're in the air, make any adjustments, and then separate them again. Lower your toes, lift up your back without your hands. It might just be a rib or 4. How many ribs can you lift without your hands? Lift up, good. Exhale, slowly lower down. You're going to feel the extensors. Lift up both legs now. Lower the legs, lift up your back without your hands. That part's really important. Even though this is the posture you see on media, this up one, the probably even more important is the lower part right here, because that's thoracic extensor strength and endurance. Lift up your legs, lower your legs, lift up your thoracic spine, let your hands assist you. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. We're going to do it again, thighs up. Lift up your torso. Now this time, stay. Good. Now stay here. I am going to show an advanced posture, rocking swan. It looks like this. 4 more. You don't have to do it. I'm just showing you. Yeah, great. 3. Good. 2. Beautiful. Exhale. That was gorgeous. Come back down. Child pose. Now we're going to do a child pose with the toes underneath, so it's going to be a foot stretch, and if that serves you, we're also going to add on the elbow spinning for a bit of a tricep opener. It's not a hard tricep stretch, but challenging, but it is nice. 5, 4, heels are straight up and down. 3, drop the top of the feet on the floor and keep going with the tricep and low back stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. Sit on the floor, and we're doing a second set of the reverse planks. I'm bringing the roller over because it's such a great tool for the tendency to hyperextend. It helps prevent that. So much more comfortable and effective. Fingertips behind you. If this doesn't serve you, just do a bound angle. What a great stretch to do anytime you need it. Otherwise, lift up. Now, once you're up, fingertips towards your tush. Energize your inner thigh, inner hamstring. And if you want to add on, inhale, inhale, and then exhale, lower. Like lift, inhale, inhale, exhale, lower. Open up the shoulder. You're probably looking at your toes. This is 4. Good. And this is 5. Inhale. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. You're looking at your toes. You're not throwing your head back. 9. You want to protect that neck. Let's do 1 on each. 10. 10. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Perfect. Let this go out of the way. Again, we're going to roll down. If you need to sit, do. We're going to take 30 seconds again. Inhale. Make sure you have enough mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your knees are probably bent some and bending and squeezing together. 6, So now as you go down, you can put your legs further away from you. 15, 20. 30, full body stretch. Possibilities include feet on the floor, basic crunch, where you remind yourself of the fundamentals. Belly pulls in, it doesn't pooch vertically. You don't engage your glutes. These are, look how soft that is. I'm not using my legs. I could cut off my legs and do a crunch, because spinal flexion is about the pubic bone, attachment of the rectus abdominis to the sternum and fifth rib. These two bones come together. The neck really goes for a ride. You're making sure you don't hang your head back. Remember that trick? Head here. All right, if you're having fun and you want to do something else, lift up the left leg. I'm going to lower my right and then make it climb the tree. If you tend to have to jerk to get up here, just stick with the basic crunch or add in some rotations of obliques too. Good, inhale, exhale, climb a tree. I might have a little assist. I'm getting a hamstring stretch, good Jan. If that right knee's too bent and it's not allowing you to come up, you can put that right foot away from you more. Yeah, I think that'll help. Exhale, 5. Now lower yourself down, switch your feet. So if you have this knee bent, look how it stops you from doing it too much, or bent too much. So if you have it bent, that helps the spine to articulate and flex. But you don't want to have it so bent that you can't get up. There's too much weight on this side of your fulcrum, like you're a seesaw. You need some weight on the other side of the fulcrum of that seesaw. Good. 2. Good. One more, inhale. Exhale, up. Of course, there is a challenge where the knees are on a table. Inhale, and you come up. Teaser. And lower, inhale, and exhale, 2. Good, you're trying not to throw your legs out violently. Exhale, 3 and hold. 3, 2, 1, fight gravity. I kept landing right on the band of these pants and it was having some rock. Okay, hands to your feet, let your knees go wide. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then turn sideways to me. We're going to prop up on that elbow, not as a plank, but as an opportunity to do some basic leg abduction. Now check out the front, the top leg. Your back is parallel to the back edge of your mat. You're hinged at the hips a little bit so you can see your toes. Vertical arm, tap your toes to the front. Big toes tap down. Keep them toed down. I know that's hard if you're really externally rotated, but that's going to keep that glute medius active. Otherwise, the vastus lateralis just takes over. And we have an epidemic of glute medius dysfunction. So we're trying to train this muscle. If you're not sure, touch it. And 7, toe down. Lift up high. 8, or as you can. 9. If your leg's way up here, you've probably turned out a little bit. So just toe down. 10. Now take this same leg and imagine you want to draw a basketball, softly point the toes and trace a basketball. Some of the basketball is behind your bottom leg and some of it's ahead of. Keep lifting through the ribs. It's easy to get saggy in here, like you're watching a movie. You want to lift up. Pull your toes backwards and do 10 the other way. 10. You're still internally rotating that femur though. 4, it should be burning here. 5, abs. 6, good, lift. 7, good, Jean. 8, 9, 10. Now rest. I like a pillow on this just because it's more comfortable. If you have broad shoulders, it's a little easier to have a pillow here. Leg in front. Take the top of the bottom leg. Tap. Lift up. Tap. Keep the bottom knee long. Keep this one passively stretching. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Belly in. If you're not sure, touch it. Now that same leg, imagine a cantaloupe, lift up, maybe a basketball if you can. That's a little harder in the center thigh. 5, 6, if your hip bone's uncomfortable at all, try putting more mat underneath it. And pull the toes back, go 10 the other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, good, belly in. 3, 2. All right, try 10 lifts. 10, obliques, 2, feel this muscle, 3, try not to lean back, 4, try to be lateral, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want to take a little bit more, you can use this hand and lift up the armpit, 2, 3, try not to flex here at the hip or bend, 4, 5, this hand's just helping a little, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you want to add on a banana boat, you can. Up. And let's do it 2 more times because it's a lot of fun. Exhale, 2. It's so much fun. We're going to do 1 more. Exhale. Now, 3. And to face each other, I'm going to turn and be on this side. You're welcome to roll over on the side that's comfortable. Water when you need it. Lift yourself up by putting your elbow underneath your shoulder. This gets the toe tap down. This gets the obliques more involved and the shoulder blade stabilizers more involved, but it's also more important that this sagging doesn't happen. Toe down, lift up, toe down. Good. That's great. 6, 6, that's wonderful. 7. Now a way to modify is just to lie down on that arm. We are going to take some basketball circles, so softly point your toes and try to be a basketball circle here. Try to draw one. Some of your circle goes behind your bottom leg. That works that muscle. Toe down or at least toe forward. Good, Jan. All right, we're going to do 10 the other way. Roll this. 1. Lift up through your ribs. 3, feel your waist. 6, there's a little bit of work going on in the shoulder blade stabilizers. That was hard. Let's get down. Top leg. Out of the way. Bottom leg, tap. Lift up over an imaginary fence. Pull in. All right. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Keep going. 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Now, about a cantaloupe size. Now, if you can make a basketball, go for it. 4. Belly in, knee long on the bottom leg. That's inner thigh. 8. I like these mat exercises. You can do them anywhere without equipment. Pull the toes back, go the opposite direction. These are also so good because they complement our sagittal plane movements like walking, running, biking. These are the opposite way that we don't usually use. So good for balance. And now, we did a really long leg on both. Now you're in a very long line here. You can lift up the thighs as a unit. Exhale. Now you're trying to stay stacked here, not letting the hip roll back like it wants to. But I don't want your bottom trochanter to hurt your bones, so just put a mat there if you need it. 7, if it's uncomfortable. 8, on the bones, make it comfortable. 9. Now the top half of your body can add on. You could lift up. 2. Good. 3. And now if it causes you neck tension, just stay with this one. 5, 6, just stay with the lower half. It's not worth creating tension. 7, there's work but no tension. Now, would you like to do 3 banana boats? That's up to you. If otherwise, you can just stick with the leg lifts. 1, 2, exhale, 3. Good, and then let's stay seated. We're gonna do mermaid. That was really good. Now with mermaid, right now, there's 2 triangles I've made with my feet, left foot on my right thigh. Take your right hand to your left thigh. Okay, good, inhale, good, that was good. You'll feel like you're across your body, up and over. Now to add a little nuance, rotate forward or back. Usually when you rotate up, it's more obliques. Usually when you rotate down, it's a little bit more QL, that muscle from the lowest rib to the high part of the pelvis. Act like I'm pulling your arm. There you, yep, just do the best you can. I see that. It's a little harder today. Yeah, it's okay. 5, sometimes there will be other flow. 4, 3. Now that arm that's in the air, take it to behind you, near your booty, but it's on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, add rotation. Now I'm trying to keep this right hip down a bit. If not, what's probably happened is my TFL's tight. We rolled that out on Tuesday, but we'll do it again, or you can do it with your foam roller. 5, 4, upper back rotation is really important for posture preservation. 3, it keeps that posture upright. 2, inhale. Now we're facing the front. Redo the legs, so take mermaid on the other side, have double triangles. Right foot on the left arm crosses, take an inhale up and over. Ideally, both hips are down, but if you have a hard time doing that, probably a TFL is tight. Rolling that 3-inch wide muscle from the ilium to the IT band. It's a exhale, it's a bear when you roll it out, but it's worth it. All right, open up. This is a great one for shoulder if you've had any shoulder tightness, or if you just don't want to be tight in the shoulders. Act like I'm pulling your arm. Breathe into the rib cage that you're opening up. You can even send your nostrils that direction to help. Inhale. Now as you're ready, the hand that's in the air, now it's behind you. Add rotation. And inhale, come back. Good. I think we should try the inner thigh stretch. Everybody's looking good. Now you can remove the flesh out of the way so you're more on top of the sit bones. Thanks for coming. Sit, hinge forward. Now if you are having a hard time with this, you can always lie down and do this with the phone, with a ring or a Dynaband. Otherwise, just enjoy. I'm going to look at you, but you're probably going to be looking down. Good morning. Good. Good, Rusty. That's it. Good. Yep, I like how you're getting rid of neck tension. 5, 4, 2. And inhale. You're going to come back up. And we're just switching up the way we stretch things today. See if you can take your right ankle in front of your left thigh. Now, I like to have a mat underneath my ankles. They just feel bony when I do this. So another way you can do this is right foot where that thigh meets the calf if you're built like that, or on top if you're built like that. I'm going to just keep it low. You can exhale over and just do the stretch. Now, good. And if that feels uncomfortable, you can always do the figure 4 stretch. We're just going to stay for 10, 9. I'm going to look good. 8. Good. 7. You can wiggle right and left and make it your own. 5. Good, Jan. 4. You can always put your feet further away from you if you need, Jan. 3. 2. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Scoot back up. Recross the other way. Remember, if you need a little bit more, you can put your foot up. Good. Exhale. Or just change your feet out further away from you. Good. Exhale. Now you're going to tuck your chin. 10. Relax. Make it your own if you need to stretch a little bit differently. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And then 1, and then come up. I'm going to just roll over my ankles because that works for me, but if it doesn't work for you, do something else. I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this next one. One is to just lift up. You can also lie on the side and do a quad stretch. Good. Another way is to come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1, you can relax. Take a child pose, press your hips back, inhale. And then exhale, come up to a comfortable seated position for you. Take a moment to close your eyes to create an alpha brain state. Place a hand on the belly to diaphragmatically breathe to encourage that alpha brain state even more. And when you inhale through the nose, if you can, you're cleaning and filtering the air, you're warming the air. The belly hand will feel the expansion. The breath works its way up like you're filling up a beautiful vase full of water up to the chest hand towards the clavicle. And then just let your exhale happen. Get rid of anything that doesn't serve you, anything from the past, anything for the future. Just give yourself the present moment, the gift of the present moment. Inhale, belly hand expands. Let it go all the way up to the clavicle. Let your exhale just happen. Don't force anything, just observe. Inhaling. And then just notice what the state is of your body, your physical body, your breathing, and your mind, so that you have an internal awareness and connection with homeostasis in that state of calm. And that's your true self without your identifiers, without all the external variables in the environment creating reactions. This is you. So just make a little promise to yourself that you'll come back to a few breaths, eyes closed, diaphragmatic breathing whenever you need it, so that you can come back to that state of calm, a healthier, healing place to be. And just stay there for a moment. Set that intention of self-care. Whenever you're ready, allow your eyes to open and come back into the room. I'm so appreciative of all of you coming today. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you came. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Oh, thank you. That was so sweet. Thank you so much. Bye, sweet angels.